Evening folks, Syrfinn from Mark. This will be my Greek aspis and spear dory, so spear and shield. This will be Pell work for tonight for this. As all my other Pell work videos, it's basically so I can then take a look at things, see how I'm doing, see how I'm missing things, see if I'm just not maneuvering exactly correctly. I'm probably going to move the camera from my other class I just taught. That's it. So just fair warning that if you're coming here to like learn a class or something like that, or fight video or whatever, this is a Pell work video that basically I take so I can see what I'm doing and doing correctly and not doing correctly with this form. As in other times, I'll be doing the two underhand and overhand. Just for some fact that I kind of feel that both were probably used. I think overhand was probably used more. I get more power, I have more control from it, but I have seen advantages of underhand, especially for duels. So, those open field breakouts, whatever, when it's just you and another guy going at it, you have more range and a little bit more, I wouldn't say exactly more shots, but you still have a lot of shots overhand also. But you definitely have a little more range with going underhand. My thing with underhand is it is much easier to knock down and gain control of your spear, where overhand it seems I have a lot more strength to control it getting knocked around. And even if it does get knocked, I can get it back on point, where underhand, because my hand is back further than underhand, that it's a lot easier to control. But let me move the camera and I'll get started before, luckily it's only like 7:30. So, all right, let's put this here. You should be able to see at least the spear work at least, but also me being back. But, all right, so that's what this is. There'll be 3 videos tonight. One is a class on positioning movement. Hopefully I'll be posting that. I'm definitely gonna watch that one before I post it, because I think I rambled a little too much and I got off message. So, but the Pell works will be posted. This one and then my sword and shield Pell work, which I'm now working on, which will be a little bit different tonight. Just a simple fact of I'm trying to work on Duke style a little bit. So I'll be doing a lot of movements instead of just sitting there throwing stuff. So, all right. On to stabbing people. All right. Thanks and have a good night. For those who've been watching this, at least that's getting longer. Usually it's once like the eye, everything, then I have to take a short break, shoulder, everything. I'm at least getting like two sets in. Forgetting where I'm at. Luckily, I've got a new set of gauntlets coming after this. Should have them on Friday. So these are a little clunky. not as much control. But yeah, underhand is definitely still the more tiring of the two styles, for me at least. Others might be different, but at least for me, it's definitely a lot more work on the forearm. I'm actually hoping with some of the work I've been doing, my weight work stuff, one's battle ropes. Might be the reason why I'm going more sets into this than normal, because I've been doing the battle ropes twice a week, and that works a lot. That works a lot on grip and a lot on forearm, at least for me so far. So. Okay, that's over with. No. So far, I'm not a firm believer in the underhand. I'm still kind of leaning towards, if I do underhand, it's going to be the butt spike for my overhand style. Basically what I mean is, okay, here's the overhand. So boom, boom, and back, and setting back up. We'll see how it goes. But that's what I'm leaning on doing if I have to fight underhand. Plus, I'm not having to switch the weapon around, like in the middle of battle where I could possibly lose it. Just seems for our game, and honestly, maybe, I don't know, it's not like we exactly have a lot of text out there saying this is how you fought with the Greek spear. Because I mean, phalangites had the bigger spears, they fought differently, because they fought more like how our SCA spears fight, except that they've got usually a round shield on their left arm. If you ever want to see, I don't think he has any videos out there, but you might be able to catch some videos of Syrfinn. He's in Atlantia right now. Like War of the Wings, like any battles that he might have fought in, especially with spear, he fights, SCA spear with a little round, with a like 26-inch round shield on his arm. It looks correct, especially for a phalangite. I might actually start messing with it for certain battles. Just go out there with a regular 9-foot spear, but have that strapped to my left arm. He's going to send me some pics and all that, so I can figure out how to strap it correctly. So I still have control, so it's SCA legal, but it's not totally in the way either. So, all right, let's get this over with. So yeah, overhand, I got through, if you were noticing, you could tell, I was hitting harder, and I got 4 sets in, as far as the 6 positions. Where the most I can do with underhand right now is 2. And I'm not hitting nearly as hard or as more as on target. So far that's where my practical analysis is going. So yeah. Very happy with the new gauntlets. These are, I mean, the Bacala's, these are manatees. I mean, no, they're good gauntlets, don't get me wrong. I think I've gotten spoiled over the Greater types. So the set I'm getting are stainless, and they're not Greaters, they're another guy's style. So it doesn't have Greater's thumb movement thing. So it's more off of historical gauntlet style. It does look like Greater's though. It just doesn't have all of Greater's finesse stuff that he's modified over the umpteen years he's been making those gauntlets. But they're just more, so they're just more of the historical. Not saying Greater's because honestly, I'm in queue for one of Greater's sets. For one of his spring steel, stainless ones. So, but everyone was like, you'll see these gauntlets that kind of look like Greater's and go, oh, you're just copying off Greater's. Like, no, they're copying off of actual gauntlets. Greater has taken his pattern and made it better for our sport, to be totally honest. I mean, honestly, I think if you took Greater's gauntlets back to the Middle Ages, they would fracking flip over them because of the minor differences that he's done to them compared to what an actual set from back then looked like. So yeah, he's taking it up the next step. But all right, so now I'm gonna do just a little bit of walkthrough. I need to get to my sword and shield work, but I do need to work. I'm hoping in our practices coming up. The last couple, because just been a couple of us, we've been sticking mostly to sword and shield. But in beginning of March, my practices are going to be because we usually do 2 to 3 sets. We're going to be doing. I'm going to be having us, at least till the weather breaks, and we can actually be going outside. Our first set, which is usually like 15-20 minutes long, is going to be one of the off-weapon forms. So one night's going to be polearm, one night's going to be greatsword, one night's going to be 2-sword. And everyone's said so far that I can, especially on that I can if I want, I can do this. So we'll see. Because I do need to get work with just straight up fighting with it. Not worry about, it's more dueling, so yeah, I'll be doing with the shields and all that kind of good stuff. But it probably gets like all the different weapons forms, I'll probably be messing with this, just to see what ones work better. But I didn't want to start it until I got the new gauntlets, because there's too many times my thumb gets in between this part and this. I don't have these things strapped right, I'll be totally honest. So, and I probably should have got one large up, but I always felt like one large up was too big, and I'm beginning to think that maybe they were just perfectly fine. So, but yeah. So okay, so now there's a little bit of maneuvering. So block. Actually, that I think is a bad block. I think it's a very bad block. You're gonna need to do more that fire. So, I keep doing this. I'm not sure I want to be doing this, especially in, because one, I can get my hand pinned against this. This is a little better, especially if I've got the room to just go out here. So I'm not, because this is impeding my shield from being able to react properly. For this, to block, fire across. Fire across. Like especially like in bridges, stuff like that. Plus it's more of a rest. This, I'm dragging down. For this is a very much a rest for me. So I just gotta block or block, hand over. So the spear's gotta come out a little bit over, down. Where with this, I don't have to do that. So this is what actually doing work, actual fighting will do. Will teach me what is good and what is bad. So, because I don't like the fact that I have to clear, but I kind of have to clear in order to be able to throw a shot, so it's not as bad as that. And I can still do that if I really want to. So, I still love the fact of, oh, here comes a charge, boom, set, step off, pop. Or if, I want to take that, there's my opponent, whatever, here, but with this, I can actually get the guy behind him who's not expecting a shot. So, there's a lot of things that I'm looking forward to our first real melee stuff, which I've already missed our first one, which kind of sucks, but I kind of needed to take a break, so I didn't go. So I could have got some work in, but we should have some stuff coming up. But thanks for watching. If you're still here, I'm gonna put this away and pick up the sword and shield and do some Pell work that way. So thank you very much for watching. Have a good night.